Good evening, dear commissioners. My name is Phil Furte. As a middle school teacher in North Vancouver, I work with teenagers every day. And what I see is a different consciousness among today's youth. If we just look at the rates of vegetarianism, veganism among today's youth, right? I think something like a quarter of today's youth are vegetarians, and a far greater percentage vow to curb their intake of animal products. 15 years ago, when I started teaching, that was not a significant part of the moral or ethical landscape that I witnessed in the classroom. And things are different now. What I can say with certainty is that this new consciousness is not on the side of private nonprofit aquarium in its current model of operation. When I recently taught zoology to a group of pre-adolescents, I was struck at how many of my students knew that cetaceans navigate by echolocation, and that in tanks, the reverberations from their own sonar bounce off walls and can ultimately drive them insane. They knew that cetaceans suffer physically, but also emotionally. And as I was teaching this course, I asked my students, I said, my goodness, how do you know these things already? And so the answers that came were, well, watching media content, going online. A few fortunate ones was from sailing in the Gulf Islands. But you know what? Not one of my 29 students said that it was from visiting an aquarium. To say that having cetaceans in captivity serves an educational goal is akin to perpetuating fake news today. It's really a shameless spin that not only shows a lack of respect for the sophisticated beings, but actually a lack of respect for much of our youth who has moved forward in their consciousness, in their compassion, and in their empathy. Our youth are looking at us and saying, are these adults, are you worth listening to? It's a noble question that demands for us to step up and to do what we know is being called an immediate moratorium on cetacean captivity. I think that what our youth are expecting that's what our youth are expecting of us. You may not hear them, you may not see them, but they're watching, they're there, they're nipping at our heels and seeing if we're still relevant representatives of humanity. It sounds lofty, but with the right decision to not allow any more cetaceans in the now empty tanks, you would be making a courageous statement. Yes, do it for the cetaceans, but do it out of respect for the next generation. And they in turn look at you and say to themselves, now these are adults still worth listening to. It's time to side with the future. Thank you.
Thank you.